that, so the veteran understands. And a lot of people say, well, I know when I have anxiety. Well, our veterans live with it daily, and they really don't know when it's happening all the time. We teach the dogs to let them know that it's happening before it gets too far. Like, I always call it the pushing the gas pedal to the floor, right? As soon as we touch the gas pedal, the dog is telling you, hey, you're touching the gas pedal, and I need to get you to the brake pedal. And the dogs help do deep pressure therapy as well to help our parasympathetic nervous system engage and keep the veteran calm. And again, it's not curing it. But instead of that veteran going to 100, I'm hoping to keep them at 50 so they stay functional in their daily life. That's what our hope is. We do also body blocking. A lot of our veterans have anxiety about going out into the world around crowds, stuff like that. Having a dog like the way Asa is, it's a form of deep pressure therapy. It actually, I can feel her, I can feel the heat from her, I can feel her breathing. It just keeps somebody grounded. And also having a dog around you watching your back all the time, you can always look, you're never really surprised that somebody's walking up behind you or anything like that. That's some of the big things we do. We also do nightmare interruption. We have one dog we're training right now that the veteran can have instant paralysis. So the dog is being taught to go get somebody, and it has medication in its vest, so that the dog will get somebody to come back and get help and give that medication. There's directions in it to go to give that person that medication. So that's another thing that we're doing. We've taught dogs to clear homes. We have veterans that have anxiety about going into their house when it's dark. That's not really a big thing anymore, because right now we all have our little cell phones on us, and we can have cameras in our house, so we can turn our lights on from our cell phone in our car. Or 5, 6, 10 years ago, that wasn't a big thing, so more dogs were taught to do that. Not as a protection thing, as like a police dog, but police go through the house and there's nobody here, right? It comes back to you. Those are something, the list can go on and on and on. The one thing that, for us, what we do is train that dog for that veteran, whatever that veteran's needs are gonna be, right? So they're not all cookie cutter.
Right. So then, the dog then goes with the vet for life, is that correct?
That's correct. Once the dog graduates, it's about 18 months to 24-month process. Once that dog graduates the program, that is that veteran's dog. We do keep up with that veteran. They come back for recertifications. We're always here for support, things like that. I always tell everybody our facility is our veterans facility. It's not ours, right? So it's open door policy. Anytime they want to come back for training, we're always there for them, for the life of the dog. But yeah, it does become their dog.
Regards to the cortisol, I wasn't aware of that, but like I have several friends who have diabetic dogs who are severe diabetics, and the dog is actually more accurate than any monitor that they have, so it actually keeps them on a more level and along. I would think that cortisol would be along those lines.
Exactly.
So,
we don't do diabetic alerts, do diabetic or anything like that. We have never gotten into that. That takes a medical team to be able to do that, so you're making sure that the dog is life or death. You have to make sure there's no error with that. But we're full with just what we do now. So.
We've had a few veterans come back and tell us that their dog has been alerted to diabetics or to diabetes, but it's not anything that we have taught the dog, nor is it something that we tell the veteran to rely on.
May I add something here? When you were up here the first time, Vic, and Vic was up and speaking to us on the podium, and his dog was standing about this far from him, and you must have been a little stressed or something after having to talk so much. I don't know if any of you noticed this, I did, is that dog moved up against his leg, like, here I am. And we should also introduce Vic's lovely lady back there.
This is Amy back here.
Welcome, Amy.
Good morning, Amy.
One last question, if I may. How long does it normally take you to train a dog? And I know that it's going to vary from case to case, but.
It's 18 months to 24 months is our average. We want the dogs trained when they're fairly young, because we want the dog to be in service for hopefully 8 years. So by the time a dog's 10 years old, labs, gold retrievers, German shepherds are getting up to the end of their life, and so we're not waiting for a dog to be 2 or 3 years old to place it with a veteran because it's gonna be too old. So your money would help us purchase a puppy. We have our program at Red Granite Correctional Institute, I don't know if you guys know that or not, but our dogs go there for the first year. We have 34 inmates in that program that raise and train those dogs with us. We're down there every week training with them, we've taught them to train dogs. Once the dog meets the criteria for that program, which is about a year, we bring our veterans in, they get matched with the dog there, several meetings, several training sessions with the veteran, then they go through our course at Wausau for another 6 months. That's the typical protocol. We are developing a whole online course right now, because our veterans do have to travel to Wausau for 6 months, and listen to me talk a lot, or Vic talk a lot. So we have developed a whole online course that's gonna be coming out in the middle of February, so our veterans can do a lot of that prerequisite stuff from the comfort of their home, hopefully reducing some of the travel. So when they actually get there, it's all hands-on with the dog and not listening to us talk. So some of the things we're doing, we're also doing more one-on-one trainings. We have some of these special, it's not a group setting anymore, it's one-on-one with a veteran, because some of our veterans have some special needs and you can't do that in a group setting. So we're always adapting and trying to get better with our program.
Is there any association with the VA?
We are not. We get most of our veterans come from the VA. The VA actually tells the veterans about us, but we don't have anything to do with the VA. The VA doesn't pay for anything or support us at all.
But you get the veterans from the VA?
Yes, most of the doctors that in the psychiatric realm in Toma, Madison, Milwaukee, even in Iron Mountain, they all know who we are, Rhinelander actually too, and they'll recommend their veterans call us and check us out. They can't hand out our literature or anything like that because we're not a VA program, but the doctors know about us, so.
All right, so we have a little check here to present, and then we'll,
So how many requests do you have per year, and how do you choose the veteran to get?
I'll take that. On average, last year I probably talked to over 300 veterans that wanted to get information and whatnot. Of that, I would probably say about 100 have actually started the process. Of that 100, probably 20, 25 actually go through the program.
And are qualified.
Right.
We're part of the Wounded Warrior Service Dog Program, which is part of the Department of Defense. And there's a lot of criteria for what a veteran has to be to get in our program. And to me, it's gotten to the point now where most veterans don't qualify. And it's kind of getting too far, I think, because a lot of veterans that need our help don't qualify anymore for little reasons like, hey, I moved in the last 6 months, even. They have to have stable housing for 6 months, and if they move, they have to wait. Or if they've had inpatient treatment within the last 6 months, they don't qualify for a program.
And that's most of the veterans that actually need the help.
Yes.
Are the ones that, were inpatient.
They're inpatient, they're getting out, and they need some support to get out. And a lot of our veterans that we've had in the past made arrangements to come to us and start training with us while they were inpatient. And it gives them something to look forward to, and gives them a treatment plan longer past getting out. And now we have to tell a veteran, sorry, you have to wait 6 months. That's not good when when the suicide rate is so high like it is now with our veteran population. Because I know a lot of veterans think about that a lot, especially getting out and have to go back to whatever their life was and all those pressures of life. And they're like, no, I can't do that anymore.
I just wanted to say something about last year when you first came to us and we saw the demonstration of how the dog works. The guy sat down in the middle of the lodge and he started pretending that he was going through his PTSD, and it's just fantastic what that dog could do to get his attention. It would get anybody's attention in the room here, and it's really fantastic what you guys are doing. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, appreciate that too.
anything else? All right. Well, you wanna tuck in close here? We'll give you this good presentation check here. We'll get a picture and then we'll get everybody this side will,